What if I told you that the most famous startup incubator in the world, Y Combinator, with its mantra of make something people want, is fundamentally built on a system that dooms the vast majority of companies to fail? And what if there was a better way, a much better way? Stick around, because I'm going to show you a new model for building companies that actually solves problems and has a much higher chance of creating real, lasting value. And it's something any founder at any stage can start using right now. All right, let's pull back the curtain on Silicon Valley's golden child. Y Combinator has an incredible reputation because it produced some of the biggest companies of our generation. But here's the paradox they don't put on the homepage. Their entire investment model relies on something called a power law distribution. What that means is that a tiny, almost statistically insignificant number of companies, the unicorns, generate virtually all of the financial returns. The success of an Airbnb or a Stripe is so massive that it pays for all of the other investments, thousands of them, that go to zero. Think about that. The model isn't designed to make every company successful. It's designed to be a net that's wide enough to catch a few generational lottery tickets. For YC's partners, it's a brilliant financial strategy. But for you, the founder, it means you're buying a lottery ticket. So, how do they tell you to find your way? With the famous mantra, make something people want. It sounds so simple, so profound. But as a guide, it's a deeply flawed compass. Why? Because want is fickle. People don't always know what they want, and what they say they want is often completely different from how they actually behave. If I asked you in 2005 if you wanted a service where you'd get into a stranger's personal car, you would have said no. If I had asked you if you wanted a 140-character messaging service, you might have shrugged. This vague advice leads to what's called the spaghetti strategy. Build a product, throw it against the wall, and see what sticks. It's a recipe for wasted time, wasted money, and founder burnout. It forces you to look for a problem that fits your shiny solution when you should be doing the exact opposite. So if wants are the wrong thing to focus on, what's the right thing? It's the struggle. This is the core idea behind a framework called Jobs to be Done. It says that people don't buy products, they hire them to get jobs done in their lives. You don't buy a lawnmower, you hire it for the job of maintaining a tidy and respectable looking lawn. You don't buy a project management tool, you hire it for the job of moving a complex project forward with a team. When you start looking for the struggle, the moments where people are frustrated using workarounds or just giving up, that's where you find the real opportunities for innovation. The job is the anchor, it's stable. The struggle is the signal. This brings us to the new model, a system designed from the ground up to focus on that struggle and reliably build solutions for it. It's called the Progress Foundry. The Foundry isn't an incubator that plays the lottery. It's a system that methodically de-risks innovation by putting the customer's job at the center of everything. It's designed to help founders get their job done, which is to transform an idea into a capital-efficient business that solves a real problem. So how does it work? It's a simple three-phase process. Phase 1, de-risk the problem. Before you write a single line of code, you spend all of your energy here. The goal isn't a minimum viable product, it's a minimum viable problem. Conduct deep interviews to find a real struggle and map out every single underserved need the customer has. This is where you find the gold. Phase 2, you co-create the solution. Now you build, but you're not guessing anymore. You have a blueprint. You use the customer needs you uncovered in Phase 1 to design a solution that is measurably better than anything else on the market. I did say measurably. Phase 3, scale the impact. This is growth. But your marketing isn't about features, it's about the struggle you solve. Your sales process is about finding customers with that job. Your product roadmap is guided by making the solution even better at doing that one specific job. It's focused, efficient, and powerful. The most powerful innovations that come from this process do something I call elevating the level of abstraction. They don't just add more features, they get the same job done with fewer steps for the user. Think about it. The job is get a home-cooked dinner on the table. The old way required you to be a master of many tools. The new way abstracts all that complexity away into a single elegant solution. That's the goal. Not more features, more progress with less effort. Okay, this all sounds good in theory, right? But what does it look like in the real world? Coming up, I'm going to show you exactly how this model could have taken a famous startup failure and turned it into a massive success. Let's look at the infamous story of Juicero. They raised $120 million the YC way. They had a brilliant idea for a high-tech juicer. They spent years building an incredibly complex machine before they truly understood the job their customers were hiring for. What was the job? Get a healthy, fresh juice with minimal effort. The Juicero machine, with its expensive price tag and reliance on specific packets, didn't get that job done better than buying a bottle of juice. The company failed spectacularly. Now imagine Juicero went through the Progress Foundry. Phase 1 research would have instantly revealed the key customer needs. For example, minimize prep time, minimize cleanup, and be affordable. The team would have realized that a complex $400 machine was the wrong solution. Maybe they would have created a subscription service for pre-chopped fresh ingredients, or a simpler, easier to clean blender. They would have solved the actual struggle instead of falling in love with their own idea. That is the difference between failure and a sustainable business. So what does this all mean for you? The benefits of this jobs-to-be-done-driven approach are massive for everyone involved. For founders, you get a higher chance of success, you stop guessing and start solving, you build with confidence knowing you're working on something people genuinely need. For investors, it means less wasted capital. You're not just betting on a charismatic founder, you're investing in a validated customer problem. You'll see more base hits and doubles, more profitable, sustainable companies, which is a much healthier foundation for a portfolio than just hoping for one grand slam. And for the world, it means more companies focused on creating real-world impact by solving actual human struggles, not just building another frivolous app. So what do you think? Is the Y Combinator model broken? Could a focus on jobs to be done be the future of venture creation? I want to know your take. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read all of them. And if you want to go even deeper into this topic, and I mean way deeper, with all the data and a step-by-step breakdown of the Progress Foundry, I wrote a comprehensive 3,000-ish word article about it on my Substack. The link is right there in the description below or in the first comment, so check it out. Finally, if you got value from this video, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. We're going to keep dissecting the hype and finding better ways to build. Thanks for watching. Now, go solve a real problem.